what's up? It's Kathy, and I'm back with another process video, and this one is going to be using a couple of different collections, some Pink for Studio, some older crepe paper Cool Kid, and some really old papers from Studio Calico's, that polka dot one's from a kit from a long time ago. The alphabet yellow one I think is an older crepe paper one. The chevron is basic gray, and the star, which I don't think I end up using, is authentique. And I do have some of the I'm trying to think of the name. Whiz Kit? No, I don't know what the new Pink Paisley one is that just came out. It's got a boy one and a girl version, and I don't remember what it's called, but it's like brand new. Anyway, I have some of it. I'm waiting on some more of it to get delivered. And I had seen this technique. I was watching process videos to kind of get back into a scrappy mood because I was having a really big downtime, like a whole lot of not having any ideas and just feeling, I don't know, burnt out maybe or something. I think it was Becky Adams, and she did something where she took a whole bunch of ribbon and stapled it all along a piece of paper. And I thought, oh yeah, well, I really do love using ribbon in different products, so I'm gonna try that. But instead of doing it for a girl with pretty ribbons, well, I mean, like more feminine colors, I guess, I'm gonna try to do it for a boy one. And I'm not just using ribbon. I found a few ribbons that I liked. That tree one, which I think is actually a Christmas ribbon. And I have a larger red and white. It's not a baker's twine, but I don't even know. It's like a trim. And that ribbon there, which is like a black and white with a whole bunch of pictures on it, and you could color it, but it would not work out very well because it would bleed everywhere. So, and a white polka dot one. So as you can see, I'm lining different things up the side of it. So there's stickers and some puffy arrows and a awesome tag that's from Pink Fresh. That's like a fabric. It's kind of a canvas type material. And so I'm gluing stuff and then like taping it down and then stapling stuff that would need to be stapled. For instance, the ribbon, especially that kind of trim, red and white trim one, because it would fray pretty badly. So just to keep it from fraying too much, I'm stapling the side of it. And I'm just kind of trying to not put too much of the same product together or anything like that. So I'm working with this set of photos of my youngest, and I just took them recently, and he's eating strawberries. So I kind of wanted to bring in the red, even though there's very little red in the photo. There's a lot of gray and kind of golden tones and stuff like that, but just the little hint of red, I really liked the idea of bringing that in, and that's why I used primarily like a teal and a red and a gray, black for going up the side with the different trims. And I had to keep the photos small because they weren't the best quality, just due to, you know, not like being outside where it's really good lighting or anything like that. We were just in the house. So when that occurs, then I do tend to keep my photos small, and this is a great way to get multi-photos in. I could have just taken like one photo and used it, but I liked the idea of doing this photo strip. So this is a great way to get in 3 photos, and they're still not taking up a ton of space, but you could make them bigger. I did print it out on 8.5 by 11 photo paper that I also printed other pictures out on to use at a later time. So I made sure I wasn't wasting my photo paper. Anyway, so I had grabbed that polka dot paper. I found it in my stash. I found the alphabet one in my stash. I found the chevron one in my stash. And when I'm saying stash, I mean like my scraps, not full papers anymore, obviously. They're just little bit left over, and that was kind of my jumping off point. Was I really liked the combination of that polka dot paper and the alphabet paper, and the background paper that I am using is a plus sign paper from Maggie Holmes, and I think it was from the collection before Carousel, which was, I think, Chasing Dreams, or it might even be, no, it is Chasing Dreams. I can see from the manufacturer's strip on the bottom, because I recognize that pink and green paper. And I bought, like, I think 2 of those papers, and it was strictly to use the plus side. I had no intention of using the pink on the other side. I just like finding a good kind of neutral, fun background that I can use for a girl layout or a boy layout or whatever I want. So you can see that the color of the Cool with the dog has like this kind of turquoisey mint color, and I really wanted to bring that in. And I had picked this up recently, and it's the Tim Holtz Distress Oxide in Cracked Pistachio. And I didn't gesso anything, and so it does definitely wrinkle my paper because I added water to it. And I did tape some extra paper on the back that you'll see eventually when I flip it over, just to kind of sturdy it up. And I should have done that before, but I did not think it through. I didn't think it would be quite that, like, obviously I put too much water, but I needed it to kind of spread it out. So I've purchased the Distress inks from Tim Holtz. I had never purchased the Distress Oxides. I am already in love with with them. I've used the inks a bit before, but I've never used the oxides, and I'm in love with that color. I've always been in love with that color, especially when you combine it with gray and yellow and red. It's one of my favorite color combinations, so this was just perfect for me. I am loving it because it's just exactly what I would want. And I think I'm going to have to purchase some more of the Distress Oxides because I really like them. They're a great other product that I can use to add in mixed media. And I don't do mixed media all the time, but I just like the look of it sometimes, especially with something like this. My daughter's making glow stick bracelets, and she's measuring up my wrist for one because she wanted to give me one. So I think she comes back later and gives me one. And I was just debating which side to put it on, but I decided to put on the side where there was a lot more of that teal coming through. And yeah, it's just like, it is so possibly my favorite color. Oh yeah, there's my bracelet. It's either my favorite color or it's like my second favorite. I love yellow and green too, so it's a toss-up. I love everything. I love every color. And I'm just putting a little bit of stuff on the side to balance it out. It's not even really necessary. I don't technically need to do this. It is pretty balanced on its own. And I cut off the edge because it went over the edge there. And you saw me take out a whole bunch of papers that were, I don't know, like maybe 8x6 or something like that. And they are papers that I ripped out from old K & Company Smash books because I wasn't going to be doing the Smash books. There you go. You can see that I taped some paper on the back. I wasn't going to do those Smash books. I was never going to get around to it, but I really liked some of the papers, and I've mentioned it before. So I decided to use it. It had a very light teal stripe, and it had that edge to it, the ripped ledger kind of edge. So I recreated it with another piece and a punch, which is like my favorite punch. It's that notebook punch. And I recreated it on the other side and put in a little of the chevron just to kind of add something in there. These 2 punch circles are from an old Pink Paisley line called like Hey Kid or something. There was like Hey Girl and Hey Boy, and I have just the paper pad from it. I don't think I have any other products from it. And this is the boy one, and I just punched two pieces out of it because the my circle punch worked really well. And I don't know why I decided to do this. I just found the paper in my paper stash and decided I wanted some circles in there, probably just to break up how much square stuff is going on right now. There's a lot of sharp angles. a lot of layering, and there's like a little bit of softness from some vellum that's behind his pictures, but you can't really see it unless you're right there anyway. So I was going through different little metal products that I had, and I didn't want to use that eye candy one only because the blue's not right. It's too blue. Even that Hey Dude that's up in the corner, that blue's not right. It does not match, but I will use it. I don't know. It's kind of hard to always get something to match perfectly. That Cool Kid one matched the color, so I wanted to use it, but I really wasn't sure where to put it. I put it right in the corner. I'm not really sure why. I think just to give some weight to the bottom corner. And I had a bunch of silver stars left over from an older Paper Issues grab bag from like last May or March or something. Anyway, and there were a bunch of cute little star sequins. So I glued them all over the page. And I used some of the stars from that new pink paisley line as well. And I put some ribbon up at the top just to kind of mimic and continue that design feature onto the other side. And I'm trying to like just really use up stickers and things like that and get more of it out of my stash and on my pages. So I'm using a whole bunch of stickers from Cool Kid and stuff like that just to kind of go crazy and use it up. And I really like how it turned out. I really like that yay up at the top. That's from the new pink paisley boy kind of line. Yeah, I decided to go with a different ribbon up at the top than the one that I had originally. And I do apologize that you're not seeing the whole process. I am transitioning out of it sometimes, and that was just because this whole layout took way longer than it should have, which is pretty typical. But I do like to keep my my process videos under 15 minutes. I prefer to keep them around 10 minutes, but that just was not happening with this one. It was well into like almost 20 minutes, even sped up. So I did have to block some of it out, but you still get the gist of what I'm doing. I'm just kind of playing around, and you don't see me put a title at the very end, and that's because I didn't think about it till later, but I do put a foam title along the side, running up on the right hand side by his pictures. But the last thing I do is put some Heidi Swap Color Shine in yellow as well. And that is it. That is the layout. I really like how this one turned out. It's really funky. It just makes me feel really happy. It's got a whole bunch of my favorite colors and favorite patterns and just, yeah, like everything that's my favorite. So, yeah, I'm really happy with it. And yeah, I hope you guys like it too. So thank you so much for watching. Pictures are coming up, and I will see you all in the next video. So have an awesome day. Bye.